first picks in the 2019 NFL Draft, the Arizona Cardinals select
This year, the NFL Draft was held in Nashville, Tennessee, home of the Tennessee Titans. This year, it was a lot more open to the public.
They held it right in the middle of downtown Nashville on Broadway Street, outdoor stage and everything, and just allowed everyone to pile in there. And so we packed up our bags and took off for Nashville.
So the plan was to head to Nashville Thursday, catch the first overall pick of the first round, and head back home Saturday after the last pick, Mr. Irrelevant, was made. So with that in mind, we got ready and made the trip from Dahlonega, Georgia to Nashville, Tennessee.
So about 2 hours into the trip, we crossed the Tennessee state line and officially we're in Tennessee. The first big city you come into is Chattanooga. It's right across the line. By that time, we were getting pretty hungry, and so we decided, hey, let's make a detour and see what Chattanooga has to offer. By way of food, mostly, was our intentions. But then we got a little sidetracked.
As we headed down Ridgeway Boulevard, we noticed a stadium that was home to UT Chattanooga, where they played the football games, and we learned that it was also home to Chattanooga FC of the National Premier Soccer League, or the NPSL.
Which I didn't even know existed at the time. Turns out I later fell in love with them, but more on that later.
And as we were walking around the stadium, getting to look at Chattanooga, we discovered a hockey rink. There was no ice on the hockey rink, which I was severely disappointed. Before we left for Chattanooga, I threw on an Atlanta Thrashers jersey at the gas station.
Rip.
So Atlanta Thrashers, iceless hockey rink, and it was on.
And thus, the Journeymen Challenge was born.
Two hours later. crash safe this, it's over. But if you make it, we're still going.
After the epic hockey game, we grabbed a bite to eat and headed on up to Nashville. We actually went on to our hotel about 20 or so minutes away.
Doors didn't lock in the hotel. More to come on that very shortly. So we ended up just putting our stuff back in the car and making the drive back to Nashville. Journeymen update, walking in downtown Nashville, headed to the 2019 draft.
So we've already been to the gates one time. Had to go back because they wouldn't actually let us take cameras in or a tripod or any equipment. Didn't want to ditch that, so we made the long trek back to our car.
But we're back, NFL draft, about to start in an hour, and we are headed towards a sea of people. Stay tuned.
And man, was there a sea of people. Just can't really even move. Roger Goodell eventually said that there was 200,000 people. They kind of kept changing it.
After multiple attendance changes, it started off at 150,000 and like 175.
They just kept bumping it up, and by the end of the night, there was 200,000. We got as far up as we could get, which wasn't
Not far at all.
It wasn't that close. You know? But so we did end up getting a pretty good view of a couple celebrities. We weren't that close to, but it seemed like we were.
So on a bar to the right of us on the rooftop was first Patrick Mahomes and then Taylor Swift. So we were pretty close to them. They were right in our line of vision.
Basically, she stole the show once again and
For
showed
a
up.
mediocre single, but didn't even slap.
So then when the draft before it actually started, it started raining, of course. The one time they actually planned to do the draft outside, it starts raining. And so we're staying out there in the rain. No one's leaving. We thought we'd get to move up a little closer, but that didn't work out. So with no let up in the rain or the attendance of the crowd, the time had now come for Roger Goodell to come out and announce the first overall pick.
First pick in the 2019 NFL Draft, the Arizona Cardinals select Kyler Murray.
Most people expected the Cardinals to do. It was kind of a big sigh of relief for Cardinals fans. So after the first pick and a couple picks after that, the rain really didn't stop. So we left Broadway and headed to Bridgestone Arena, home of the Nashville Predators.
We just happened to stumble across that and find out that they were showing the draft live in there, and so we thought, hey, good opportunity for a watch party.
Journeymen NFL Draft, update number 2. 155,000 people here at night.
Just two of them. So we did our best.
We stood in as long as we could, but now we're in Bridgestone Arena, home of the Nashville Predators, getting some good barbecue.
Barbecue and mac and cheese right here. We made it about 5 picks. We did our civic duty and booed Roger Goodell, so
Good start to the draft.
What else can you ask for?
So after seeing the first overall pick, all attention basically shifted to our favorite teams. The Indianapolis Colts for me.
And the Falcons for me.
The Atlanta Falcons select Chris Lindstrom, guard, Boston College.
Kind of came out of nowhere. We'll see though how the offense pans out.
not under Steve Sarkisian anymore, under Derek Cutter. But came out of nowhere. No one really expected that at all. Was thinking Greedy Williams was going to join the Falcons being on the board still, but we'll see how Chris Lindstrom does in Atlanta.
Oh, man. So we wait here all night just to hear. So I didn't even realize that the Colts draft pick was so late. So then they were supposed to have the 26th pick, and then they traded away to go down into the second round. So now they have 2 second-round picks, and we never do much, it seems like, as far as flashy stuff, but somehow we ended up there last year. So I don't know. Trust the process, I guess. So after the Colts' anticlimactic non-pick, I guess, we were kind of getting bored of the whole watching the draft thing, and so we ended up just deciding to go kind of walk around and see what else is going on.
We thought at the time both our teams were done with their picks, with the Colts trading it away and my beloved Falcons drafting offensive linemen, but we walked out of the NFL shop in Nashville to a little bit of a surprise.
With the 31st pick in the 2019 NFL Draft, the Atlanta Falcons select Caleb McGarry, tackle, Washington.
Came out of nowhere. We were in the store and we came out and we learned the Falcons had another first-round pick. Still didn't help the quarterback situation, but hey, 2 first-round picks you can't hurt.
So draft day 1 ended, so we headed back to our cars where we lost it for a while, but eventually we made our way to the car and began going back to Goodlettsville to our hotel.
Once we made it back to the hotel, they still did not fix our door like they said that they would. So I kind of just locked it the best I could with the ironing board.
Engineering skills.
And so after getting the door locked, we turned in for the night because we had a big day, day 2 of the draft the next day coming up.